Okay, let me do one thing. Oh, there we are. We are live. Morning, morning, morning. Morning, morning, morning. YouTube. I was going to say Facebook, and then I realized that I'm on YouTube. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. It's Divinely Classic here. It's another Sunday. It's another 5K walk. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for sharing and commenting on our videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Like I said last week, I've got loads of watch hours, but I haven't got subscription enough. So I need as many subscription as I could get. Yeah, so I haven't got enough subscription at all. I'm still on 130. I need up to 1,000 ASAP. So please, if you're hearing me now, please subscribe if you haven't. Please share. And you know the good thing about sharing my channel is that you're actually encouraging somebody to take charge of their health. You're encouraging somebody to do something with their health, something positive. You know, so you are kind of a positive influence on that person and yourself, because you're obviously not just going to share, you're going to use the videos that we have. You know, there's some videos that I have on healthy cooking. I have these videos on Sunday walks, 5K walk, and I always say it every week. It's not just just watching me. No, it should be beyond just watching me. You should be joining in. You should be joining in. You should be going for a walk. If you are at home, you should be getting your shoes on, getting your fitness gear on, and exercising, doing something. It doesn't have to be really intense. Pardon my what you call it? Pardon my thing about it's because I'm walking, so the screen is gonna be funny a bit. So yeah. So you just need to like get up, get busy, go for a walk. I say it all the time. That's the cheapest exercise you could ever get. You know, with all due respect to the gym, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to pay anybody. Walking is free. Walking is pain-free. Walking is healthy. So what are you waiting for? What's your excuse for not going for a walk? So go on, get your fitness gear on, and do something with your health. Do something with your health. Make the best decision this morning to go for a walk. Even if you don't join us every Sunday morning, which is understandable, it's pretty early and it's Sunday. A lot of people can't do this in the morning, but you could make your own time. You could make your own time and go for a walk. And if you are on Facebook, we are on Facebook as well, Divinely Classic Healthy Corner. We are on Instagram, Divinely Classic Healthy Corner or Health and Fitness. We are on Instagram, and we are on YouTube, where you're watching from now. So this is just a clarion call for you to get on your feet, go for a walk, take charge of your health. And what we do here every week is we have a head topic that we talk about. If you go to my previous video, I can't even remember what we discussed last week, but it was very informative. The week before, we talked about well-being, very informative as well. Last week, what was it? I'd forgotten, to be honest, because there's so much, you know, so yeah, just do something. And I've got a topic for this week, and it's titled Nuts. Nuts, yeah. But before I go on my topic, just like to quickly introduce my fitness gear. I did mention it last week, 2 weeks ago. I've got some waist belt. I've got some sports pants, like leggings, and it's actually 2-in-1. It's got a waist cincher in the waist. And you can use it for your sports and anything. And you can wear it for casual. I've worn them for casual outing as well. So they're very good, very durable, very flexible, very affordable. And I've got sports bra as well. I'm going to do a video and post on my YouTube channel. But if you want more information, it's on my Facebook channel. The pictures, everything, they're there. And some other stuff that I have. I've got some men vests, loads of them. So please give me a shout. Drop a message in the comment section. And I'll get back to you ASAP. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining again. I'm going to share this video on Facebook. And we'll crack on with the topic. I hope you can still see me and everything I am doing. Let me share on there. Just give me a minute. I'm just sharing. Sorry, just a minute. I'm really sorry. Just trying to share. Okay, I hope I'm there. Let me see. So I'm not sharing my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. Got it. Let me share my screen. Okay. I'm there. I'm sharing my screen now. And is it just me? Oh, Sister Beams is still there. Okay, I've shared everywhere shareable. I'm gonna start talking now. Are you still there? Just give me a thumbs up if you're there. Sis?
Yes, I'm still here.
Good. Have you been hearing me since?
Yes,
talking.
I have.
Great, okay. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I'm going to start now. Okay, you can mute.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sister Ade says she'll be joining shortly as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So the topic I have for today is drum roll. Oh, the sun is beautiful. The topic is nuts. Nuts, like our peanut, our cashew nut, almond nut. And I saw, where have I got 1 kilometer? Yeah, I'll just wait for it to talk. And there's the airplane. It's pretty noisy. Sights and sounds of my 5K walk. I should have taken a picture of that. Yeah. So the topic today is nuts. And I made a note, which I didn't forget to take. So what are nuts? According to definition, Nuts are edible, high-fat seed kernels enclosed by a hard shell. And one thing I've really come to love about my topics is that there are some things that we use every day. There are some words that we use every day, but when they ask you define it, you can't. And then when I'm researching, I'm like, oh, if somebody has stopped me and said, can you define what nuts are? Give me just a definition for nuts. I won't be able to. I will go, oh, nuts, yeah. And we eat nuts, yeah, they are healthy, they are edible, but just give me something that summarizes nuts as it is. And the definition I have here is they are edible, high-fat seed kernels enclosed by a hard shell. And they can be used as a snack, and they can be used for cooking. We've got, in my place, we've got peanut soup. It's very tasty. You could have it with any meat of your choice and bitter leaf. Very, very tasty and nutritious, Also, nuts are a good source of fiber and protein. Nuts are a good source of fiber and protein. And there are lots of evidence to say that nuts reduce cardiovascular risk factors. They reduce cardiovascular risk factors, and they are high in monounsaturated fats, omega-6 and omega-3 polyunsaturated fats. So these are good fats, and nuts are high in them. However, they do contain some saturated fat, which is not good. That's why they say everything in moderation, everything in moderation. Whatever you are eating, just eat them. Don't eat them too much. And then you get the best benefit. So nuts, they've got loads of good fat. They've also got the amount of bad fat. But if you had them in moderation, you will be all right. You will be all right. And nuts, they are high in vitamins. They are high in minerals. They are high in magnesium and vitamin E. So the nuts and I've got some nutritional content of some nuts. So I'm going to share that. So you see how much magnesium is in each one. Oh, pardon me. And all that. Yeah. So again, nuts, they say they do not significantly affect weight gain or weight loss. They do not significantly affect it. So what that means is that eating nuts on its own doesn't necessarily help you gain weight or lose weight. And there again comes this talk about doing everything in moderation, eating everything, doing your exercise, your diet, everything, just one thing on its own. That's what people do not know. One thing is not going to give you that optimal health. It has to come together. Your food, your fitness level, your mental health, your thought processes. I talked about well-being 2 weeks ago, and we saw how all this come to play. Giving yourself that holistic approach to health is more beneficial than sticking to one pattern, like saying, oh, this diet, when I go on this diet, I'm going to lose weight, and that is it, I'll be healthy. That's a big lie. Or when I eat this food, like we're talking about nuts now, and you go, when I eat this food, that they said is high in good fat, yeah, I'll be healthy. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. Like we've just said here, that it does not significantly increase or reduce your weight, And they say people who eat nuts, this is from numerous studies that have been done. They say people who eat nuts live longer than those who do not eat nuts. So I'm going to be buying a lot of nuts. Like I saw an article the other day and I shared it with some of my sisters about almond nuts, the benefits of almond nuts. So nuts are good. Nuts are really good for our body. In summary, eating nuts may help reduce risk factors for many chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. And you could argue that how? Oh my God, this is beautiful. Look, the sun is, the sun is, I'm going to screenshot this, but the sun is just, yeah, sorry, I'm just screenshotting. Yeah, you can pause. I've got some beautiful pictures. I'll share them when I share my post. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, carry on now. Yeah. So you could say, how do nuts, my workout is with you. How do nuts reduce risk factor for heart disease and diabetes? One, nut is low sugar, is high fat and low sugar. So that's one thing. And secondly, nut has anti-inflammatory effects on the body. It has anti-inflammatory effects on the body. And it's what's called oxidation. This happens in the body. It's a chemical reaction that happens in the body, but nut has the effect to reduce oxidation. So what they call antioxidant, yeah, so they call it, I think. So nut, I'm climbing a hill, so it's really difficult. So nut has this effect on our body, and it's that oxidation that increases the, it kind of changes the structure of some cholesterols called LDL, low density lipoprotein. And that LDL is responsible for formation of blood clots, responsible for lots of stuff in the body, which could cause stroke, high blood pressure, constricted vessels where your blood vessels become narrowed. That's the right word. So yes, I certainly do agree that nuts are beneficial, and they could reduce your risk of heart disease and diabetes. So the next section now is the different types of nuts that I could get and their dietary composition or benefits or whatever, And one that I got, let me pass this road. Oh yeah, this is the road I passed the other day. And one that I got was almond. That was the first one that came on the list. And almond nuts, they 1 serving, and we'll talk about 28 grams. That's the serving, average serving. But trust me, I don't have it. Sometimes I have more than that. But again, sometimes I'm very conscious and I'm actually counting. Say, oh, I want 10 nuts today. I want 20 nuts today. So yeah, but an average serving is 28 grams, which is a handful of nuts. And a handful of nuts, depending on the nuts anyway, because nuts are different. Peanut is smaller in size than almond nuts and cashew nuts. So you're going to get more in a handful. That's why I personally recommend counting. I recommend counting them because you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with counting. You know what you have there and how many calories you have there. Anyway, a serving of almond is 161 calories. That's 1 serving of almond nut. That's a handful. 161 calories. It's got 14 grams of fat. And like we said earlier, good fat, which we need. Obviously, it's got some saturated fats, but it's got majorly good fats. And it's got 6 grams of protein. 6 grams of protein. It's got 6 grams of carb. It's got 3.5 grams of fiber. It's got 37% of our daily recommended allowance for vitamin E. About 2 kilometers. I'm just waiting for it to talk. Okay, I will. Yeah, that is it's finished talking. So it's got 37% of our daily recommended allowance for vitamin E. Yeah. And it's got what else? I did see something, I can write it. And it may help to, I need to take a picture of this. It's beautiful as well. Love the view. Yeah, okay, I move. And like we said, it may improve your cholesterol levels. And these studies have shown that almond-rich diet can reduce your LDL, like we said earlier. LDL is your low density lipoprotein. And it can reduce your total cholesterol level. Oh my God, there's loads of mess around here. I need to go back. I don't want to mess my shoes. Yeah, and then it reduces your total oxidized LDL cholesterol, like we said earlier. So almond nuts is good. And what I will do later, maybe not now, is to compare how much fat are in each nut. I've never walked this part before, and it seems really, really quiet. That's why I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back now. And go back. Yes, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, and I turn back. Yeah. So the next nuts that I have, if there's any question, please let me know, sis, okay? People are doing fishing. I didn't know you could fish in this place. It's funny. Yeah, so, and they said if, we'll still continue with almond nut now. It says, if consumed as part of a low-calorie diet, it may aid weight loss. It may. That's why we said earlier that just one thing doesn't really aid weight loss or healthy lifestyle. It has to be a combination of different factors. That's why they said it may aid. They didn't say it will. They said if consumed as part of a low-calorie diet, it may aid weight loss. And then it may lower blood pressure, like we said earlier, because what it's doing, because it's got that antioxidant factor, it's reducing the amount of oxidized fats or LDL in the body. And then it's reducing your risk of high blood pressure and reduces inflammation in type 2 diabetes. So it's good. Nuts are good. And then it supports the growth of healthy gut bacteria called oh God, this is a big word. Bifidobacteria, sorry. And lactobacillus. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but it seems to be a good bacteria, and nuts do aid the growth. So which is good. That's good, isn't it? And then the next nut is pistachios nut. I like pistachios, but personally think it's too much trouble when you have to break them. It's got massive nuts and then really teeny weeny seed inside. And I'm thinking, is it really worth it? But it is. It is because it's got its own good benefit as well. And 1 serving, which is 28 grams, like we said earlier, it's got 156 calories compared to our, where did I come from now? I'm not gonna get lost, am I? Compared to our almond, which has 161, this has 156 per serving. And then you could argue that these are really teeny weeny. So obviously they're going to have really, really tiny content inside. That's why it's lower. You know, there are lots of arguments for and against it, you know. So pistachios, their fat content is 12.5 grams per serving, which I'll go halfway. And almond has got 14 grams. So almond has more fat than pistachios. Well, to compare, I keep having to go back. So I'll just read it and we can do the comparison in our own time. Stop posting workout. Yeah, so thank you. Trying to hold my phone. My cover, I don't know if it's still showing. Yeah, should be. Because I'm struggling. Yeah, sorry, that's been better. So pistachios has 12.5 grams per serving. It has 6 grams of fat, of protein per serving. It has 8 grams of carb per serving. It has 3 grams of fiber per serving. And compared to almond, which has 3.5 grams per serving of fiber, it has 32% of your recommended daily allowance for your vitamin E. And almond has 37%. So almond beats pistachio there. And then it has 8% of your magnesium daily recommended allowance, you know. So, and they said that pistachio has a lot of oxidative or rather anti-oxidative factor. So, and like we said earlier, oxidative status refers to oxidized chemicals which can contribute to heart disease. So antioxidant now is going to be antioxidant is going to be what fights against these oxidative chemicals, and like we've established, not have a lot of them. So the next nut is walnut. And while we're talking about this, I just want whoever is listening to me now to think, what is your favorite nut? And make a note of how much calories you have in a serving, how much fat, how much protein, how much vitamin E and fiber, and compare it to others. And, like I always say, empower yourself. Do your own research. Do your own research. Go on the internet. You could argue that, yes, some information there are not credible, but then go on recommended health websites. Go on, I always say NHS, because I trust that. Go on, look for websites that are recommended and do your own research. Check how much you get from the nuts that you're eating every week. Compare which one is the best. I used to love peanuts. When I started my health and fitness journey. However, I switched to almond nuts for one reason or the other, and almond are my favorite because one, they don't give me acne. You know, I don't get spots on my face, no matter how much almond I eat. But when I eat peanuts, just one, the next day I'm seeing this funny stuff on my face. So that is me. It might work differently for you, but go on, check which is best for you. Same thing with cashew nuts. Cashew nut gives me loads of pimples, but almond doesn't do that for me at all. I say at all. You know, so check your body, do your research, check how much calorie are in the amount of nuts that you're eating, the fiber, the protein. And then obviously we're not advising that you stick to just one nut, no. But know what you're eating. That's the point. Anyway, I'll carry on. I'm talking about walnuts now. Walnuts, they have 182 calories per serving compared to pistachio, which has 156, and almond, which has 161, I think, because I can't go back to the page now. So walnut has 15 grams of fat. Pistachio, like we said, have 12.5 grams. You know, and walnut is not my favorite right now because it's got 4 grams of protein, and which is pretty low. It's got 4 grams of fat, which is all right. I'm sorry, of carb, sorry, which is all right. But we don't want that carb too much right now because we're supposed to be having a low carb. Because nuts on its own is a low carb, yeah? So we don't want it too high. And then the fiber is 2 grams. The fiber is 2 grams. And I've just gone to check almond nuts. Almond nuts fiber is 3.5. So again, do your calculations, which is best? Almond nut 3.5, walnuts 2 grams. I know which I'll be going for. And then the vitamin E, it's got 1% of your recommended daily allowance. 1%, that's pretty low compared to almond, which has 37% of your recommended daily allowance. You know, so it's there's a lot to think about there. And the magnesium, it has 11% of your daily recommended allowance. So I've just talked about almond nuts now. Almond nuts. Sorry, walnuts. My apologies. I keep messing them up. So I've just talked about walnuts now compared to almond nuts, and almond nuts still seems to be in the top of the leaderboard. For me, it's still almond nut. I don't know where you're going with now, but I'm still sticking to my almond nuts. However, they did say that almond nuts may also have beneficial effect on the brain. So it has, according to reports, it increased a measure of cognition called inferential reasoning. Inferential reasoning. So they did the studies, and you know, they gave people different nuts. And obviously people who had more walnuts had increased inferential reasoning, as they call it. So added benefit of walnuts, which wasn't evident in almond, that's what they said, not me saying now, is that it has cognitive, obviously all nuts have cognitive benefits, but walnuts has more cognitive benefits than the other nuts that were researched on. So that's walnut. And the fourth nut is cashew nuts. Cashew nuts is got 155 calories per serving, which is not too bad. And it's got fat, 12 grams per serving. It's got protein, 5 grams per serving, and that's very decent. That's really good. And it's got carb, 9 grams. That's a bit high. 9 gram carb. And depending on the site that you follow, there might be a slight difference in the amount of calories or the amount of numbers that is given. But I don't think it's going to be that much, you know. but the information I got is that cashew nut, a serving, has 9 grams, and it has 1 gram fiber. And vitamin E, 1%, which is very low, very low. Magnesium, 20% of your daily recommended allowance. So that's it for cashew nuts. And I'll say, why I'm not going in depth with the other nuts is that they all seem to have similar benefits. Like we've said earlier, how it helps to reduce inflammation, reduce oxidized molecules in the body and all that, how it aids or how it may aid weight loss, how it may reduce blood pressure and the type 2 diabetes. So they are all similar, That's why I'm not going in depth like I went in depth with almond nuts. And then the next nut is pecan nut. Pecan nut, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Pecan nut has 193 calories. And it has 20 grams of fat per 7. Remember, per 7 is 28 grams or a handful. That's what we're using to measure. They said a small handful, So if you've got big hands, reduce it, reduce what you're putting in there. Because they said a small handful is a 7. Yeah, so 20 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein, 4 grams of carb, 2.5 grams of fiber, 2% of your vitamin E. Oh my God, compared to almond, that's just a massive difference. And 8% of magnesium. That's for your daily recommended allowance. Just talked about pecan nuts. I'm often that they use pecan nuts as dressing, use it for salad. I think some people cook with it, but I don't. So it just depends on what you're having it with and how often you eat it. I'm not sure I've had any pecan nut this year, but I've had loads of almond and cashew and some peanuts. So the next nut, there are lots of other nuts, which I won't have the time to go into details. There is, I need to increase my pace because time is going and I'm too slow. Macadamia nuts, and then peanuts. I had to do peanuts because we use peanuts a lot. Peanut is a legume nut, not a tree nut, like the others that we've talked about. It's a legume nut, but it's still a nut. The calories for peanut per 7 is 176 calories, and it's got 17 grams of fat per 7. It's got 4 grams of protein. It's got 5 grams of carb. And then it's got 21% of your vitamin E daily recommended allowance or your recommended daily allowance. And it's got 11% of your magnesium. So peanuts, that is eat for peanuts. However, they said, choose plain and unsalted peanuts because, when we go to the shop, most of the peanuts, they are salted, and then the point is to eat healthy, isn't it? To reduce salt, because like we know, salt increases our blood pressure and increases your risk of high blood pressure, So they said choose plain unsalted ones because we don't want to be eating nuts because it's healthy and eating too much salt as well. Yeah. And when I make peanut soup, I don't rinse it. I might start rinsing the salt off now, but I don't rinse it. Like I make it with the salt and I don't, put much seasoning in the soup again. I don't put salt at all in the soup when I make peanut soup because of the salt, but I might start rinsing it now. I might start rinsing the salt off if I have to buy the salted one. And they said, also stay away from processed.
Morning.
Oh, morning. I don't know who that is. This Auntie Sophie? Good morning, Sister. It's okay. Oh, good morning, ma.
Good morning.
God bless you, ma. Good to have you
Oh.
here.
Sorry, I'm late.
All right, ma. Are you just coming?
Yeah, I'm just dragging myself. I just dragged myself out of bed now.
Oh, bless. But at least you got up. That's what matters.
Yeah.
You got up. So
Yeah.
we're talking about knots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
Sorry, Sister Iwan.
yes, lovely.
Sorry, before you go on. Good morning, Auntie Soki.
Good morning, sis.
Good morning
Good
to you.
morning.
I'm
Good
fine.
morning.
Morning,
Wow,
Sister
you all seem full of energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sister Iwan, just to let you know, we have
Yeah.
Sister Sarah here as well.
Oh, morning, Sister Sarah. Yeah, I was saying hello to her.
Okay.
But she's on mute. Morning, lovely.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you
Good
doing?
to have you. It's been ages. You don't run leave your sister before. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing? Sister
I'm
Bimbo,
fine,
how
my
are you?
dear sister. We are fine. We are fine. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Sister Bimbo. So let me go through this route. So we're talking about some knots, sister.
Yeah.
And I did last week I was just doing some other stuff and I came across this really interesting article about armored knots.
Yeah.
How beneficial they are for cardiovascular health. And I thought, oh my God, this is nice. And considering the fact that the day before I had nuts a snack, and I took a picture, I sent it to some of my sisters, and just to say, oh my God, you need to keep eating almond. Almond is good for your heart and stuff like that. So this morning I thought, okay, let me do more research on nuts generally, just to compare, not necessarily compare which is better, they're all good, but to see their nutritional benefits. And what we realized so far is that while some are high in fat, some are high in protein, and they all have good fats, which is high density lipoprotein, and they are high in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory factors. But however, they still have that percentage of saturated fat, which is, not too good. So everything in moderation, and almond nuts compared to the other nuts so far, for me, I might be wrong, maybe because I love almond, is still top because, it's high in a lot of essential nutrients, which the others are really low in. So I've talked about almond, cashew nuts, pecan nuts, what other nuts was that? Walnuts, pistachios, and all that, So I was just rounding up.
Oh.
I was just rounding up to say that overall, nuts are healthiest. They are healthier snacks, So it's good to snack on nuts. However, I've got okay, sorry, my phone was talking, so I had to pause. So overall, nuts are healthier snacks, but it's better when you have them unprocessed, like peanut butter and whatever, cashew nut butter, whatever. They are good, but obviously they're going to have added addictive and all that, So if you can, that's why homemade is best. Some people can make these things themselves at home. I've seen people who make peanut butter themselves. I've seen people who do cashew butter and all that, So if you can make them yourself, that's fine. If you can, they said when incorporated into a healthy diet, it may help to reduce risk factors that causes chronic disease. And we know what those chronic diseases are: heart disease, diabetes, and all that. So that was what I got for nuts. And hopefully we'll try to incorporate more nuts in diet, healthy nuts though. And internet is there free. Go to credible website and just check these things out for yourself. It's better than somebody telling you this is what you should do or this is how it works. So yeah, that is what I have for today. Any questions?
Yeah,
Any contributions?
I do have, maybe it's both. In terms of talking about almond nuts.
Yeah.
I tend to use it a lot.
Yeah.
Either for the almond egusi style thing,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I do a lot, and
Yeah.
also for pancakes and for swallow.
Mm.
Now,
Sister, do you use almond for swallow?
Yeah.
Really? How does it taste? Obviously, almond nut.
Yeah, well, it's almond flour.
Yeah,
You just
right.
buy, but that's where I'm coming to.
Yeah.
The almond flour,
yeah,
is sort of cleaned out. I don't know. I don't know if it's bleached, but I think that's without the skin, and they make it into powder.
Yeah.
I shop a lot in Lidl, so they've got this little sachet, which goes a long way for me alone if I'm the only one eating it. So what I do for the swallow thing is that I use like 2 tablespoons of almond flour, mix it with 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, because coconut flour tends to rise a lot, so yeah, it's dense. So you put water in it and just leave it to do its thing for a while, to rest. And of course, because they don't have any binding quality, I just put a tablespoon of husk to bind it. Mix it until
Sorry,
it
sister,
is well.
A tablespoon of what?
Of psyllium husk.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to combine it. Or any other binder anybody might want to use, but that's what I use. Now mix it until it's still very fluid. And because I'm always in a hurry, I do the microwave version. And I just cook it there, bring it out, mix it, cook it. And maybe in 7 minutes, everything should be done. And that's it, really. It's quite simple. As long as the husk is well combined in it, so it doesn't come out in freaks and lumps. Yeah. So where I'm getting to is, the almond that is already dehusked. How good is that compared to the one with the skin on it? Because I've not been able to find out about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my little knowledge, sister, I would say definitely it's going to get less health benefits.
Yeah.
I stand to be corrected. Like I always say, I'm not a genius in this area. I just do my own little research and share. But you know that the husk is high in fiber. That's why when we have our beans and stuff like that, a lot of people are making moi with the skin now. I know it's a different topic entirely, but just to say, because the husk is really high in fiber for almond. I strongly believe that. So if you're taking away the husk, you're still going to get some benefits, but not as much as you would if you had everything together. It's just like some people argue, this coconut flour as well. Because I used to do coconut oil. Oh my God, what have I not done? I remember one day I almost finished my gas when I was trying to do coconut oil. And then I had the shaft. And I said, I did use the shaft for pancake and whatever. But then people argued that you're just eating empty shaft.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah, but, they say because you've taken the nutrients away, you're just eating shaft, really, But I thought, since it's part of the food itself, there must be something I will gain from it, so I still ate it, So back to the question, the coconut flour, the almond flour, everything in the shop, obviously they're going to take some nutrients off, but overall, I don't think it's bad. I don't think so. You're still going to get what you need, because the truth, what I've realized over time with food is that we eat more than what we need.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that too. We put in our body more than what we need. That's why we tend to gain weight. That's why we struggle with weight loss. If we are having everything we need in small proportion, we will be all right. So if you had your almond flour, you're going to have other, maybe I know you, sister, and how healthy you eat. You're going to have fruits by the side. You're going to have something, your soup is going to have vegetable, so you're going to get that fiber. I'm not saying that it's the best having the flour like that, you know what I mean? But there are other ways that you will compensate to get that fiber that you have lost from the chaff or the skin being taken away. So I don't think it's bad. I don't know if anybody want to contribute as well, please.
No, it's just about what you just said now. You said that most times people eat more than what their body needs.
Yeah.
So, but like a few days ago, I was reading an article and they say, if you eat less, that you won't be able to burn, like if you're exercising and you eat less, you won't be able to burn a lot of calories. Yeah. Something like that. And then I was thinking about, the BMI thing or something. No, not BMI now. Remember this app you introduced me to? This MyFitness app.
Yeah.
And then they try to calculate your BMI and all of that. And it says, depending on your body structure and all of that, and depending if you're a female or a male. But when I did mine, it says that I can only eat and consume 1,200 calories in a day for me to lose weight for some certain period of time. And now when I was reading the article and they say, if you eat less food, you won't be able to burn a lot of calories, something like that. So I don't know if you can clarify that part.
I think for that, I agree to an extent, because what I do for me is calories in, calories out. And there is no way calories in, calories out will not let you lose weight. For example, I aim daily for 1,200 to 1,300-400 calories. That's my daily allowance that I aim for myself. Yeah. And some days,
how many calories?
1,200 to 1,400 mass. Okay. On a very good day, that's what I aim for myself. Yeah.
Okay.
And then some days I tend to go over, but on these normal days, I try. That's why I love nuts. Yeah. Because when you have your breakfast that is full, or your brunch that is full of your healthy stuff, you could have a meal for 700 calories or 600 calories, and it's dense. There are two different things from having a high carb diet that is 700 calories and having a really rich nutrient filled plate that is 700 calories. Yeah. And after that, my dinner, I'll aim for maybe 500 or maybe more. Do you get my point? And that's 1,200 average. Okay. Sometimes it's more. And then I would exercise. I will go for a walk. So my body has no choice than to lose that weight. It's not going to hold on to anything. Because I am putting, there's what's called high metabolic rate. Exercise increases your body's metabolism. And your diet affects your body's metabolism as well. Oh, I've got my 5K. I need to go home now. Because I'm going to cook. Let me turn back. I'm almost home though. Just give me a minute to let my phone talk, because you won't hear when I'm talking.
Okay. Have you reached 5 km?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, my phone was talking, so you won't hear me.
Are you on 5 km already?
Yeah, but I'm very close to the house. I'm going back home now because I did walk past my house.
That's fine.
I'm going to cook this morning. Okay. So what has always worked for me is that my body doesn't hold on to it because I eat 1,200 to 1,300, and I try to keep my activity level high. You understand? So I am still eating, because when I eat, and everybody, our bodies are different. When I eat too much, I struggle with, especially when I eat too much and very unhealthy, I struggle with my toilet business. I struggle. It doesn't make sense, but that's what happens to my body. But when I eat well, I exercise, I am very fine when I need to do my toilet business. You understand? And all these are part of you losing weight. I'm not saying that I'm pulling the fat out, no. But it just means that my body's metabolism is working. My body is doing some stuff that it's supposed to be doing. You know, so for somebody, what I will say back to your question is that if you were going to start losing weight, 1,200, which is the recommended lowest according to the NHS, 1,200 calories per day is not bad. It's not bad combined with exercise. You will still lose weight. Your body's not going to hold on to anything as long as you're putting the right food and you're exercising. And it doesn't have to be really hard exercise, walking like we're doing now. Dancing, I dance all the time. Keeping your activity level high. You know, you're trying to target your 6,000 to 8,000 steps daily. There's no way at that fat in a village different and come. There's no way we see.
Mine is not going at the moment.
It's not. Real.
I am plateaued now, which is very discouraging.
It will, sister.
I thought it will, because I don't want to lose out on my fruits. You know, before I wouldn't, but this time I just said, no, I think I need to have a fruity day. And when I do, I think that just blows it up, really. My portion control is okay. You know, but sometimes, of course, this week has not been it. I've had a lot of cheats this week and all that. So, but generally, my portion control is fine. My choice of food, I think it's okay, but the body is not yielding at the moment.
It will, sister. You just keep doing what you do as long as you're doing it right. I strongly believe. The last time I weighed myself was when I shed. I might have added some weight, but I'm not bothered because and the weight we're talking about now might not be fat. That's one thing we need to know. It might not be fat. It might be muscles. And muscles are good for our body. We don't want to be these muscular women would have got arms like men. No, but we want the muscles. Because when you have muscles, it's even increased metabolism as well. So we shouldn't worry too much about the scale. We shouldn't. Even your dress size, you know, it might not be as you want it now, but for me, as long as I'm doing the right things, I'm not bothered. I'm not. You know, so sister, keep doing it. I've seen your meals, they're fantastic, you know, and your activity level is up there. I don't even have that much step as you do every day, you know, but keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. I strongly support what you're doing, sister. Don't be discouraged, you know. It will shift.
Thank you.
It will shift. And again, depends, maybe you're too hard on yourself as well. Maybe you are putting too much expectations on yourself, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's so much our body can do. There's so much. Another thing, like Sister Bimbo said now, the occasional days where you just switch things around. Switch things around, maybe your diet, just one of those, like you said, you did cheat in the week, which is fine. The good thing is we're able to get back on, and our body need that shake.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Good. Okay. When one of these your researches, could you look into endomorphs for me, please, or endomorphs? You know, because I think when I see some of these videos and things, I've not been able to watch them to the end because they're always as demanding one thing or the other. But last week or this week, I just come to the conclusion that, Soki, you must be an endomorph. It's so difficult for you to let go anything. So
I have seen them, but I haven't looked in depth. I really have no clue what they mean.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I will have a look into research. And yeah, I will probably. But for next week, I don't know if I'll be able to have this session next week. I'm not sure yet, but I'll see how it goes. If I will, I'll let everybody know on Saturday, because I have some events next week Saturday. Sorry, next week Sunday. So I might be cooking in the morning. So I'll send a message out if I can do it on Sunday morning, though, because I love doing it. It gives me the opportunity to exercise, to walk around, and just chat and do research. You know, I look forward to the research that I have to do just to share. You know, so yeah, I will put that as topic, endomorph, and what it means. Probably that will be our next one. You've just given me a topic now, sister. So thank you. But sometimes I struggle to like, oh God, what am I going to talk about today? So yeah, I'm going to do that next. You know,
thank you.
Any other question, contribution, please? Because I'm almost home now, and I'll be turning it off shortly.
Yeah. No.
Any?
Not from me.
Okay, that's fine.
Mine is my ankle hurts.
Okay.
Is it I'm putting too much on it?
Might be, because your steps are up there every day, isn't it?
Well, they're supposed to, but sometimes my device just messes me up. Technology is a bit not my friend at times. It just loses all my steps. But even if it doesn't record it, if I see it in the scale, I'll be happy. But everything just didn't work so well this week. But my ankle is hurting, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just one ankle that is hurting, not the other. So I don't know.
Might be the walking, might be too much pressure, it might be your shoe.
No, my shoes are okay.
All right, okay.
No, my shoe, I think it's the walking.
Just the walking. Maybe you could relax or do
And Soki, if you can get ankle support.
Okay.
So like, you know, anytime you're walking, just put that on as a sock. So like it comes in form of a socks. So but like, you know, but with that the toe covering or something like that. So do you know, like the same you have a knee support, so that you know, then there's an ankle support. So if you can get that, and make sure that anytime you finish walking, you should be stretching your legs. The area. So because if you don't stretch after a long walk, so some people tend to be stiff. So just get your ankle support and do a lot of stretching.
That's true. Thank you for that. I keep forgetting to stretch. My son tells me as well that I have to stretch, but I only did it once. I've not been doing it. So maybe, the ankle support, is it stiff? Will it just hold will it be put some pressure on my feet or my ankle or what?
If you measure your ankle, they're very elasticated. So, you know, let's say my own measures like 20 centimeters, for instance. So I will go for a size that's a bit lower, less like 15 centimeters to really get that grip.
Okay, I get it. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sister Ade, for sharing. Thank you so much. I'm going to go off now, ladies.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Are you done, Sister Bimbo?
7 came. I'm done.
Wow.
So I try worry you. Well done.
I've only just started, so I'll post mine later.
Okay, sister. Thank you so much. I'll end the video now. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully we'll meet next week. Take care. Thank you, Sister Ade.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, sister.
Thank you, everyone.